This is Robert Goodman for Positive Strokes. I'm glad you have some time to listen and find out some information that's positive about staying in the now. What do I mean by staying in the now? Well, what I mean is not allowing the past to jeopardize the present or destroy your future. Living in the now. For me, I couldn't live in my past and have my present at a good space and a good time of living and enjoying life on life's terms. I had to evaluate who Robert was, what Robert has accomplished, and those who helped me along the way. Also, I had to look at those who do not or will not help me along the way or be a blessing to me. You know, everybody's got situations and everybody's got problems, and sometimes they're overbearing. Sometimes we don't know what to do. Sometimes it just hits us so hard and we get lost and we just get all disorientated and oh man, it just knocks us for a loop. But this is life in session. Let me give you an example how you can be positive in a bad situation. Let's say that you're married and you have kids from previous relationships, which you have to deal with babies' mamas. You lived with these people in the past, and you did not get along, and it did not work, so you separated yourself from the situation. And you moved on with your life, and you've made your life better. But the sad thing is that what's your better to you may not be better for the person that you left. Maybe they have an idea to try to get you back, or maybe derail your present relationship, or just to get downright even. We don't know. So, how can we stay positive in a situation of this magnitude? Well, number one is if you're in a relationship and it's a sound relationship, then it would be suggested that you and that person that you're in that committed relationship have a conversation and you explain what's going on. And together, y'all come up with ways and means to solve this problem. That's positive. Also, it's evidence that your loyalty is with them. Sometimes people think that dealing with the old person that you was involved with, catering to them in some type of manner, would cause a better relationship to get what you want, and that's to see your children, spend time with your children without drama. That you can be a parent to your children and y'all both can work together to make sure that child is in sound mind and sound body at the best that they can be for what you're giving them. Sometimes one parent will hold the child against the other parent because they're not doing what they want them to do. So they bad talk the parent to that child, which causes this child to have a different outlook on that person. But as time goes on and the child watches that parent that shared all that negative information about their parent to them, see different things. They observe you doing wrong. They observe you doing things that you should not be doing. They see the mistakes that you make, which draws them another opinion, and that opinion is you. The way you look at it, the way you perceive it, they look at what they think they have the right information because of what they see. But the interesting thing, they're a child. They're not old. They have a lot to learn. So their perspective is in the age that they are. Now they may go off to the left field. They may play parent against each other. But the interesting thing is, if two parents' sole goal is to make sure their child is all right, then they should have no issues. But some people are more concerned about getting revenge or control over that other person. How can this all be positive? If you look at what is the real in a situation without being offended, not getting your feelings hurt, not allowing emotions to set in to make a decision, but to look at the facts for what they are, you can make a sound decision. And the interesting thing is that the truth may hurt, but the truth sets you free because you know and understand what the real is. You may not like it, but you know. Now, let's get back to the person that's been in your corner. Let's get back to that person that you trust going to sleep with you next to you every night. You trust them to be there for you. Ask yourself this question. Are you there for them in a way that they need or the way you want them to be? Are you there for them the way they're there for you? Do you try to control, manipulate the person that lays next to you that you're so much in love with? As for me, I love the woman that I lay down with. But I allow her to be who she is. See, and the more she be who she is, the more beauty I see that she has instilled in her. The more I see who she really is. The more I see the things that she truly needs and the things that truly hurt her. But if I'm trying to direct every aspect of her life and trying to control her ways and moves, then I'm treating her like a business. I'm top dog, you do what I say. If you don't do what I say, you get fired. Relationship is not a business. It shouldn't be conducted as a business. It's two people saying that they love each other, that they're willing to walk down life's path together equally as partners. As partners. Your best friend. When you need to vent, your partner's right there. So you can vent. If you're thinking about making a serious decision, that's someone that you can express that to, and they can probably give you some good advice or tell you where you can go to get the advice you need for that particular problem. But they're on your side. You know, an interesting thing is that I have some friends. I haven't seen them in years, but I have some friends that had baby mamas. You know, and they went through the drama. They went through all that in the beginning. You know, each parent playing the kids against the other, get what they want. But you know what? This particular gentleman, I'm not gonna mention no names or anything. But what I'm gonna say, what he said to me. He says, when I stopped acting like a child and started acting like a real parent and a real man and a real parent, then it wasn't about games anymore. It was about doing the right thing. If the parent doesn't want you to see the child, then you go through the court system. I am not going to sit and argue with that person. For me, if that was me, I would go to the courts. I get me a lawyer and ask the lawyer what I need to do to have joint custody of my child. And I would follow each and every step. I will make sure I have everything in place. And I will do whatever it takes to make sure that happens the legal and the right way. I will not let her to manipulate, con me into playing her game that she's going to allow me this pleasure if I do these things. Or if I cater to, I'll get her to do what I want. That's my child. That's my child, too. And I'm not going to sit and play games with my child for your benefit. Yes, I made a mistake. I did wrong. I'm owning up to it. I'm handling my business, and I'm going to make it right. There's nobody in this world that is perfect. We all make mistakes. When we're young, we make young mistakes. When we get old, we make old mistakes. But we always make them. Everybody makes mistakes. But if the mistake is not important, like I always say, is what we do after the mistake, that's important. That is what's important. One last thing I like to share, and then, do you know your self-worth? Do you know your own self-worth? Do you know when you are at your best? Do you know when things click financially for you because you take a certain direction? You know, all the people that had dreams, I did my research. I've checked out a lot of people that were poor. They had a dream. They marketed it. and they became millionaires. The interesting thing is that they had to overcome themselves in order to get to the point where they can make the money. They had to overcome themselves in order to make the money that they can make. What do I mean by that? Overcome. Allowing your personality, your feelings, divert you from your primary purpose. Allowing things to get in your way because you feel that it goes along with the package deal. Most people that had a dream stayed focused on their dream. They didn't sidetrack. They didn't go left, didn't go right, they didn't come back. What they did was they went after their dream first. They achieved their dream, and the money came last. Each and every person. So, what I've learned from hundreds of people that started to make millions of dollars is that the money was the last thing on the totem pole. They dealt with their craft. They did what they had to do for their dream to come true. They focused on that. Some people have a dream and they see other people slide past them with their dream. They're not getting the recognition. And they got attitude. Or this should have been me because I was doing something for them and I should have received this type of benefit. Business is business. Respect is respect. If someone's willing to pull you in, then you need to grasp and get all the information that you can. Get all the knowledge that you can from that person or from the connections of the people, whatever. Then it'll be feeling bad because they're getting more money than you or they're getting more attention than you. You're focusing on the money, which leaves you from your primary purpose is crafting your craft. Making your brand outshine everybody else's. Once you establish your brand, you work hard, you establish your brand, the money will come. I've read enough stories about rich people, and this is the method that always comes when they're making the money. Most people that ran after the money first, a lot of people lost steam, or they got it, and they lost it quickly. But those who worked on their craft and focused only on their craft, the money came and it stayed for a long time. Something to think about. This is Rob Gunn for Positive Strokes. It's November. Thanksgiving's around the corner. What are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? Are you really seeing your blessings? I'm going to share my thankfulness. My blessing is the lady that lays next to me. That's my blessing. My blessing. I get to See her when she smiles, when she's sleeping. When I know she's sleeping comfortably, I know she's at peace. I know when she's worried. I know how she sleeps. She can't sleep when she's worried. She wakes up. She tosses and turns. I see her at her greatest moments, and I've seen her at her worst moments. But the blessing that I have is that I'm allowed to see all that. All that. That's what makes me love her each and every day more. That I'm allowed the privilege of living my life with her, next to her, through good times and bad times. And we can hold our hand and bite our teeth. Oh yeah, we get into some serious debates, argument debates. But at the end of the day, we go to bed together. I love you, and I love you. Kiss, good night. Just because you're together doesn't mean that you'll have to agree on everything. It's not happening. You know, I've gotten more blessings and more peace by allowing her to be who she is. Allowing her to let her creative spirit flourish, which causes her to bring blessings into our relationship. She allows me to do the same, which allows me to bring blessings in our relationship. But I allow her to be who she is. Just because I'm the man and she's the woman, and the Bible says I'm supposed to be the head, doesn't mean that we can't work together as a team. Doesn't mean that what she's good at and I'm not, I need to sit in the back seat. Because she's better at it than me. I shouldn't have no, oh man, she a woman, I got this. Your truth. My truth. I'm not good at that. Handle it, baby. That's your thing. And she's happy to, because I rely on her. She relies on me. We rely on each other. But we give each other space to be who we are. And that's what makes our relationship great. But controlling, bullying, and all that stuff, they'll blow up in your face eventually. I know. I didn't get to be 64 without not learning a few things and went through some things. This is Robert Goodman for Positive Strokes. Remember, the truth may hurt, but the truth may set you free.